To get to it, click on this big red A. It's called the application menu. You click, go to open. So it'll open up a dialog box where you can browse to your specific folder that has the files that came with the training video. Find the file called Quick Run Through. Click Open. Here we have a very simple architectural drawing. It has a garage, a car, a restroom, a door, and a couple of windows. What we want to do is create a 3-foot wide hallway off of the garage that extends through the house, and we'll put a door in it as well. When you move your mouse, you'll see the crosshairs move around. The box in the middle is what will pick objects when you select them. Use your scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out. Use the scroll wheel by pressing and holding it for the pan command and move it back and forth. This doesn't change your drawing any, it just changes the way that you see it. Start with the offset command by typing the letter O on your keyboard and press enter. We want to offset this to be a 4-foot wide hallway. Our units are in feet, so we will tell it 4, then press enter. Now select your wall, select this side of it to put the offset there. We have a 4-foot gap in between these. We need to make this line a wall, so we'll need to offset it by 6 inches, but since our units are feet, we want to go half of a foot, so type in 0.5, enter. Select the line, offset, then enter to close the command. You can double click on the scroll wheel to zoom all the way out in your drawing. Now we can see everything. Great, now we have the start of our hallway here. We want to make this extend all the way to the far wall on the right. We are going to use the extend command. Type EX on the command line, press enter. Where do you want that line to extend to? Well, the inside wall. So select it. Press enter. Now pick the objects you want to extend. Our wall. Pick one, pick another. Press enter. Fantastic. We have a wall. Now, once we come in the building through the top door, we can't get to these other rooms. Let's add a door. We will copy the door that's already in our file. CP for copy, press enter. Now select the door. You can select this door, you can select that door, it doesn't matter. You can even select this door, it's fine. Pick it, press enter. Now we need a base point. Zoom in. See these little shapes that are colored yellow that keep popping up as I move around? Those are called OSNAP glyphs. They're sort of like a hieroglyphic system that shows you what type of point you're selecting. We want to select the end point of this door, which will be shown by a square glyph. And you will see on there that it says end point. We are going to pick the end point of that line if we pick now, which we're going to do. Left click. Now scroll out with your scroll wheel. As you can see, the door is not being moved, it's being copied. It will stay there. We're just copying it. Place it anywhere you want on the design. To do that, type in NEA, which is another snap point. It means near. It will put it near where you select on the other object. Press enter. You see a little hourglass looking glyph that comes up. That's where we want it. We're still in copy mode, so we could add another door somewhere if we wanted, but we don't. Hit escape to cancel out. Zoom in towards our new door. We're going to start the trim command. TR, press enter. We're going to trim away the parts of the wall that won't exist where the door is. We're going to now use a window to select. Pick the top right of the door, pick, and move your mouse. You see this green box with a dashed line around it? This is a crossing window. It will select everything inside the window and everything that the rectangle that it's being created passes through. Everything we selected is now dashed. Press enter. Now we need to pick the lines we want to trim, which is our wall. Pick and pick. And enter to cancel the command. Our wall is now empty. Double click to scroll out. We've added a wall and a door to our design. Now let's trim up our walls as they intersect. Type in TR, then enter, and again your crossing window. Anytime you move to the left or up makes a crossing window. You move to the bottom or to the right makes a selection window. Only the items inside the blue box will be selected. But in this case, we want to select these two lines. Pick. Scroll in, hit enter. Now we will pick the lines we want to actually cut away, the wall. And they're gone. Double click the scroll wheel to zoom out. We will zoom back in over here and do the same steps. ER for trim, enter. Select our cutting lines, which is the wall. Enter. Now select the line to cut away, the wall. Enter. Zoom out. These are your basic steps in AutoCAD. This is how you will do almost everything. You'll use blocks like the door that are pre-designed groups of lines that we can use over and over again, so we don't have to draw them. That saved us a lot of time. We will use basic commands like offset and line, then trim to help us edit our lines and our objects to get them to look the way we need them to. There are many tools to use in AutoCAD 2010. But before we can use them, we must know where they are or how to get to them. So at first, you're going to need to hunt for all these tools that you want to use. But don't worry, in no time, you're going to learn where everything is. In fact, your muscles will remember exactly where they need to move the mouse in order to get your commands. The main form of input in AutoCAD is the mouse. A typical mouse has 3 buttons, including the scroll wheel, though many users do take advantage of a 5-button mouse and recommend it. It's up to you, but all you need is the standard 3-button mouse with the 2 buttons and the scroll wheel. Each button has a specific function. Button 1, or the left click button, is your main form of input. You click this button to select objects, as I'm doing here. The right click button can be set to several different functions. Out of the box, a right click will bring up a shortcut window, like this. This is very handy. Many users prefer to have the right click function though as the enter key. This is my preference, but either way it will work. I'll show you how to make this change. So to customize the right click functions of your mouse, you will need to open the options window. To do this, open the options window by moving the crosshairs to the application menu, the big red A at the top left of the screen. Click it and select the options button near the bottom. You need to activate the user preferences tab by clicking on it. Click the right click customization button near the top left of the screen. Right now, when you right click on your mouse, as I showed you earlier, a shortcut menu will open up. There are several advantages to having this available. It will put several different commands near your mouse, making it very easy to get to them. Many users will have their right click act like the enter key. When you press the space bar or the enter key, it will execute the command you just used. It will also act like an enter key does when you're typing text. Fortunately, you can have both options, the right click shortcut menu and the right click as an enter key or to repeat the last command. To do this, check on the time-sensitive right-click option towards the top. See the box, select it. It should have a check on it. When you do this, you can use the right-click key like the enter key and have your shortcuts too, sort of like having your cake and eating it too. So instead of clicking, you will click and hold the right button, wait for 250 milliseconds. Trust me, it's really not that long. Then the shortcut menus will come up. It just takes a fraction of a second to do this. Just close all these windows when you're done changing your settings. As you see, moving the mouse moves your crosshairs in the drawing. Using the scroll wheel will move the drawing area through the pan function. You'll see the little hand come up when you press and hold the scroll wheel. You can pan your drawing. Rolling the scroll wheel back and forth will zoom in or zoom out. You aren't shrinking or enlarging your drawing. You're not moving where this car is at. You're just zooming in and out and looking at it from a different angle. It's a very handy tool to have right there. There was a time in AutoCAD when you couldn't zoom in real time like this. You weren't exactly sure where you were going. Oh, it was terrible. But clicking and holding the scroll wheel will start the pan command. Using these two functions of the scroll and the pan will allow you to maneuver inside your drawing everywhere you need to go. There's one more thing that you can do with the scroll wheel. If you double click the scroll wheel, you will perform what is called a zoom extents. This will zoom your drawing all the way out so that you can see everything that is in your drawing. It's very useful. Your crosshairs are another important tool. They are your target. Where your mouse goes, the crosshairs go.